Hi everyone, I'm Brenda Elizabeth, and Dax is recording this class, so if you need a break, take a break. And we're going to have time for some Q&A at the end of this session. There is no deck required. You may want to have something to take notes with, that's optional. The card meanings PDF, which I put in the chat, or you can go to my website and get it. And it is a crash course. We're going to cover the whole system in 90 minutes. Just a little bit about me. I am a Lenormand and tarot reader, Lenormand deck creator, a yoga nidra meditation instructor, certified hypnotist, and CPA. And I want to say thank you to my teacher and sometimes Lenormand partner, Michelle Berry. We do a lot of collaboration together, and she helped me put this presentation together. So you can go to my website for my decks, my events, or join the Lenormand groupies on Facebook. And I also have free bi-weekly, or right now it's monthly meditation. And you can go to my website here, Brenda Elizabeth, to check that out. I have one this Wednesday. And these are the decks that I have. And before we get into it, I know you guys are cartomancers and you've probably seen some of the more complicated decks, which I love. I have a lot of Lenormand decks, but I did make my own for simplicity when learning and reading. So I have a hippie themed deck, which is called Electric, which is in the presentation today. I have a Halloween Lenormand, an underwater Lenormand, and I just came out with the Rainbow Bridge Lenormand, so you can communicate with your pets in spirit. And also on my website, I have a free reading generator. So even if you don't want to invest in a deck, you can get a reading or go pull some cards on my website and practice. Why incorporate Lenormand into your tarot practice? Well, of course, number one, you can buy more decks. It offers easy, direct, and predictive readings. It can add detail and dimension to your tarot readings. I also I'm putting together a box of Lenormand charms. So I've been throwing one of those onto my tarot cards or my spreads to add some depth, and it's really fun too. And we're gonna do some math. I'm an accountant, so I like math. And I'm gonna break it down for you, see how little you really have to learn as a tarot reader already. And the simple images and words speak to your subconscious in Lenormand. And once you learn it, it's really fun. The box spreads and Grand Tableau, which uses every card in the deck, can be really fascinating. And just from my own experience as a tarot reader and student, I feel like it brings me so much self-awareness. And Lenormand to me is more subconscious, like I don't even know it's happening, and I've been able to have some breakthroughs and get rid of some blocks, some limiting beliefs. I believe it's due to the Lenormand. So we're gonna dive right in. This is without knowing anything, I got this reading one day, and I wanted to show you how direct it is. Now there's a rider in a traditional deck. This is sometimes a man on a horse, the clouds, and the lady. And in Lenormand we use significators. So a lady, a lot of times if you're reading for yourself and you're a lady, can indicate you. So what would you guys think would happen here? You could put it in the chat. Oh, okay, gotta pay attention to the chat. Oh yeah, Mary was nodding at more decks. That's right, Mary. So anyone want to guess? I pulled this in the morning. What happened to me that day? Okay, I'm going to the beach, but it rains. Good guess, good guess. I got a fender bender that day. So, rider, clouds, lady. Yep. I mean, I was fine, but I just thought, wow, that's how direct the Lenormand can be. So here's the math. Lenormand decks have 36 cards, but no reversals. Tarot have 78 cards with different meanings for reversals. If you read them, that would be 156 meanings you'd have to know as a tarot reader. So 156 minus 36 is 120 less meanings to learn. That's huge. And we're going to go into this too. The number of cards that are also tarot cards with shared meanings are 3. There's 24 Lenormands where you can get at least one of the meanings by just looking at the name of the card or the picture. For example, clovers are luck, clouds are uncertainty, and house is home. So that leaves you 9 cards that you'll have to start from scratch to learn. So Lenormand cards with at least one core meaning shared with tarot. The star in Lenormand means your hopes and dreams. The sun, success and happiness. And the moon is maybe more of a positive card in Lenormand, but it does mean intuition. And Lenormand, there is a tower card, but it is not the same. In Lenormand, tower means an institution, or it could just mean isolation. So here's the 24 cards that are what they say they are. So you've got the ship, the clover, the clouds, the house, the tree, the snake, the coffin, the bouquet. You know, I won't read them all. We'll get into them. But for example, a ring could be a wedding or a commitment. A key could be a solution. Crossroad is a decision. Mountain is obstacle. And here are the ones that we need to study if we want to learn Lenormand, but they're pretty easy to learn. So we're going to get right into it. So Lenormand, you will see sometimes there's 2 meanings to a card. For example, the fox could be the other woman. It can also be your job. So those two, it's kind of hard to see how they connect. But it started in Germany, and then it kind of had a resurgence or evolution in France. So there was actually 2 systems. It started as a game, and it was a secret way to do divination publicly without penalty by law. So we're going to be doing, it's called the Petite Lenormand, and modern decks have additional cards. I have an extra man and an extra lady, which is helpful with relationship readings. You can use them or not, it's up to you. And many of the symbols in the system were derived from those found in coffee and tea leaf readings. The deck was named after Marie Anne Lenormand, or Lenormand, as Zach says. There's lots of ways to pronounce it. She was a famous psychic who would be maybe like a Jean Dixon of her time. So she had name recognition. So even though she didn't really create the deck, they kind of put her name on it as a marketing strategy. The Lennies, that's right. That's the easy way to do it. So it actually came out as a system 2 years after she had passed away. In Lenormand, we read the cards in strings. So we can do 2 cards, 3 cards, 5 cards, 7 cards. And we're going to be doing a lot of 2-card strings just so you guys get the hang of it. And we call those PB&J spreads, like peanut butter and jelly, because they go together. And they're a great way to learn the cards. So we're going to do those. We're going to go through the meaning of every card. And we are going to be able to read for ourselves. I see we have a couple of people coming in, so that's good. We didn't start yet. And this is a tarot and Lenormand class, so we're going to actually combine the 2 systems, and you'll see how fun that is.
Hello.
And hi, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you so much.
we were doing an overview, but we didn't really start yet.
Hi,
We can
Jason.
put this
Hey
in the
guys.
chat. There,
Glad you
there.
made it in. Hi, Charlotte. Sharona finally made it in. Okay, so I'm gonna mute everybody and we can continue on. There we go, Brenda. Sorry, we got
Great,
people
thank you.
we got
Oh, no,
stragglers
it's
coming in
fine.
late.
One thing I've learned about Zoom that you might want to know is if you put a link in the chat and people come in after, they can't see your preliminary chat, or it used to be that way. So I just put another link in the chat to the card meetings, but we're
Oh,
basically
good.
we're gonna go through all the cards, and Charlotte and Jason, for those of you that just came in, there's really only 9 cards that you have to learn. We're kind of going to demystify the Lenormand if you're a tarot reader already. And Lenormand strings are always read left to right. Okay, so we're actually going to go through each of the cards, and in the middle we're going to stop and we're going to do some peanut butter jellies, which is a combination of 2 cards. And Lenormand cards can be positive, negative, or neutral. So they're great for yes or no readings because you can just pull one card. And the first card in the deck is the Rider. And the traditional meaning is news. Could be news is coming, a message, an update. If it's an action, it could be something in motion. Could be visitors coming, commuting, transportation. And as far as the emotions around the card, it's a card of energy, movement, freedom. Positive. Oh, I went backwards. Sorry about that. The Clover. So remember, this is a hippie deck. So the Clover, my favorite description on the Clover is it's a window of opportunity. So it's a short period of good luck or good fortune. It can also mean gambling, if you went to the casino, and it's actually also the card of homeopathy. If you're into herbal or holistic remedies, this card could come up for you. And it's a positive card as well. So it's a happy card, it's a joyful card, it's the card of good fortune. So if you were to combine these first 2 cards, a Rider plus the Clover, again, you're reading from left to right, could be news about something lucky or an update about a window of opportunity. And yay, PB&J reading. So if something strikes you, feel free to put it in the chat. You know, if you get inspired and you see meaning here, please put it in the chat and we'll talk about it. Our next card is the Ship. And the Ship is about commerce. It's also about travel. And it also can take on an international flavor. So it could be long distance travel, international business, could mean foreigners, could be going on a trip, could also, Lenormand can be very literal. So it could be that your ship's coming in. And as far as feelings, it's a card again of movement, of adventure, of going forward, and it is a neutral card. Oh, sorry. Okay, the House. So the House is literally your home. And it also deals with family matters, stability, domestic affairs, comforts of home, spending time with family, home projects. And as far as feelings, it's about security, safety, comfort. It's a neutral card. So if you were to combine the Ship and the House, you could be taking a trip back home or selling a house. And by the way, once we get through the meanings, we're going to get into a lot of examples and you're going to have plenty of chances to practice. And make sure that you either pull up the PDF if you'd like, or you can pull up these card meanings. It's the same thing, different format. The tree is the health card. And it's also the karma card or the family and ancestral card. So we talk about branching out, putting our roots down, the family tree. Again, Lenormand can be very literal. Where I work, I've had the same day job for 22 years. Our logo is a tree. So I get this reading a lot when I'm asking about work, because to me, that would be the significator for my company. So the tree logo. Anyway, it's about being health conscious and feeling grounded, conscientious, and it's a neutral card. The clouds. So the clouds are about confusion, uncertainty. Most Lenormand decks have, you can see I have the moon in this one, but a lot of them do have the sun kind of poking out on the right side, so that we have to remember that clouds pass and sunshine comes back. So, but it also can connotate a lot of times, not knowing, confusion, being mixed up. It could be the card of dementia. Literally could be bad weather. So it's about doubt, hesitation, feeling kind of foggy headed, sad, depressed, and it is a negative card. So if you combine the tree and the clouds, it could be that there's health matters that are uncertain, or it could be mental illness, or maybe there's some family matters that are not clear. The snake. The snake is really about fear. It's about deception, betrayal. It can indicate danger, infidelity, spite, backstabbing, talking behind someone's back, cheating, lying. Again, feeling fearful, mean, and angry. It is a negative card. However, I sometimes also get it for Kundalini rising, your energy rising in yoga. And it can also indicate your plumbing at your house. So if you got the house and the snake, you could have a plumbing issue. Or if you got the tree and the snake, maybe you're having some intestinal issues. There's so many combinations and so many options. So the coffin, kind of like the death card in tarot, it's about transformation, endings, could mean death. The one day when I was going to a funeral, I pulled the coffin card and the bouquet of flowers. So I thought that was interesting. To me, that was a funeral. So, but it is about cycles that are ending or loss. Could be about illness, change, negative endings, things that don't end well. Could be about grief as far as your feelings, feeling sad. And it could also be getting over it. So it can be a good thing if something like the snake is in front of it, where you would say, okay, the betrayal ends, or it could mean it was a pretty treacherous ending, or spitefulness stops. So these are just examples. There's a lot of things you can think about with these combos. There's the bouquet. The bouquet is a positive card. It connotates happiness, joy, art, beauty. It's about romance. It can be giving a gift. It's the card of creation, getting a makeover. And as far as feelings, it's happiness, romance, joy, gratitude. It's a very happy card. The scythe is quick. So it's about a quick, a cutting, a release. It can indicate danger. So it may be a warning to be careful. And again, it's swift. It can literally be a harvest. These were used to, harvest and cut grass and landscaping years ago. Could be about reaping what you sow. It's also an indication sometimes of surgery or cutting, and it can be a breakup. So as far as feelings, a lot of times it can be pain, and it is a negative card. So if you looked at this happy bouquet and the scythe, you could say romance ends, or your happiness quickly ends, or could be a gift that's returned. The whip. The whip is also a negative card. It's about arguments, discourse, abuse, but it's also about discipline. So it could be about going to the gym, working out, sports, but again, it's one of those multiple meaning cards where it could be anger, arguments, abuse, rehash. And as far as feelings, a lot of times, it's literally cracking the whip. You're feeling overworked, could be hurting and anger. So it can sometimes be the card of chronic pain in the body. And the birds. So the birds are neutral, and the birds are about communicating, chit chat. What do birds do? They sit on a wire and chat all day, right? So, but they can also be stressful, and it's more usually like little stresses. So again, the birds is one with a lot of meanings, and it can be annoying, hectic. It's also the card of social media. So it's the chatting card, singing, gossiping. So it's really, it can be a nervous card, a skittish card, a social card. And when we say neutral, what that means is that it can take on the meanings of the cards around it. So if you had birds and clouds, it could be, you didn't know it, but somebody was talking about you. But if you had birds and, the bouquet, it could be that an interview went well. So there's a lot to do in Lenormand as far as placement of the other cards, which we're not going to get into today so much, but that's a thing. So if you combine the whip and the birds, you would, you could maybe get chastised or verbally abused, or it could just mean someone who's a fast talker. Backwards, sorry. Okay, the child. The child is a positive card, and it could literally mean your child. One of the meanings I like is that it's new beginnings, baby steps, beginner's mind if you're into meditation, being open-minded, being innocent. And it also could be your part-time job in Lenormand. The fox usually connotates your full-time job, but the child is usually a part-time job. So it's a lot of meanings. And as far as emotions, it's a card of spontaneity, innocence, feeling uninhibited and adventurous. There's the fox. So again, the fox is one of those that has some definite double meanings. And again, this really comes from the fact that it started in Germany as a game and then went to France and evolved into a different system. So the core meanings are being sneaky, devious, but then it's also your 9-to-5 job. And although it's a negative card, a fox is also sly, cunning, smart. So it's not always taken in a negative connotation. A fox can be very charming. A lot of times it comes up, a fox is red, so it could be a redhead in your life. So as you get to use the cards, you'll keep seeing these deeper meanings, just like any system, just like tarot. So as far as actions, deceit is big with the fox. Again, it could be the other woman, but it could also have to do with working hard or being charmed or being smart. And again, a whole array of feelings, feeling betrayed, deceived, and overworked. So again, you'll see when we lay out the bigger spreads that usually how you read it depends on what context it's in or the context of the question. So if you got the child is new beginnings, so you can have a new job, or a smart child, or a deceitful child, or a spontaneous new start at something. The bear. The bear is neutral, and the bear is about several things, but it can be about resources and finances. We're going to get into the fish, which is also about money. I think the bear is more about financial planning and using your resources wisely, but it can also be an authority figure like a parent or a boss. When you think about the bear, it could be overbearing, overweight. This is the diet card in Lenormand. So someone who's bossy, controlling, but also maybe someone who's in a position of power and really solid and supportive. So again, a lot of meanings. Could be jealousy, could also be power and stability. The star, as I mentioned, similar to tarot, wishes, dreams, intentions. Could also be someone who's famous, working towards goals, successes. It's about manifesting, also sometimes about intuition. There's stars, there's the moon and the sun. All of those cards are maybe among the celestial intuitive realm, making dreams come true and feeling hopeful, focusing, taking action, giving advice. And I just wanted to point out, we're not going to get to it today, but Dax mentioned today, talked briefly about tarot and timing. And Lenormand also, you can use timing. You could say the 16th. Obviously, that would probably be a day. The earlier numbered cards, the 1 through 12, you could use for a month. The star card, if you asked about timing, you might say it's going to happen at night. So there is also timing in Lenormand. So the bear and the star, you could say you've achieved your financial goals or resources that bring wishes fulfilled, or a boss or a parent that gives you guidance. The stork is the card of change, and it's usually big change. Changing jobs, home. Storks are known for going back to their nest. So it's also about sometimes if you're moving back home to where you were born or somewhere you lived before, it can take on that meaning. And obviously, stork, yes, can be about pregnancy, but again, a lot of it has to do with transformation and making change. The dog can literally be your dog. It's also the friend card. So, oh yeah, nice. And when we're done, we'll talk. I like your decks. I'd love to know what decks you guys have. And the dogs represent our friends. They're trustworthy, faithful. If you get the dog in a reading, it usually means, if it's not your dog or it's not about a dog or pet, it's usually about being supported by a friend. It's unconditional love, loyalty. I skipped. Where's my dog reading? Sorry. Here we are. Sorry, I went way far ahead. Okay. So the stork plus dog could be a new friendship or new support or a bigger change or a shift in the friendship. So at this point, we're going to do some practice. And you can put that in the chat if you'd like. So anybody want to give a go at if you combined a clover and a scythe? Come on, you guys, just give it a try. There's no Lenormand, please. Well, the clover is, oh, good, lucky harvest. Perfect. Good one. Good one, Shenli. Harvesting good fortune, yeah. Very nice, Sharona. Anyone else? Well, the surgery goes well. Yes. Right, luck in surgery. Perfect. Perfect, Dax. All right, so we're going to do another one. The star plus the bouquet. An unknown celebration. Yeah, right. Anybody else want to take a guess? Hopeful celebration. Yeah. Yep. And it could also even be, the bouquet's about beauty. It could be you got the haircut of your dreams. I mean, there's so many meanings. So we're going to keep going. Recognition of a job well done. Very good. Okay. So we're going to keep going. And thank you for your patience. We're halfway through. So when we get to the end, there's a lot more practice that we can do. And we're going to incorporate some tarot too. So again, the tower is different than the tarot tower. This one's neutral, and it often represents an institution, a business, a corporation, a school. It's also about protection. Oh, you're welcome. Authority. And it also means being your own island kind of thing. Spending time alone. Maybe you work for yourself. You're self-sufficient, but you could also be lonely and isolated. And again, it's about authority. So a lot of meanings on that one too. The garden is the card of socializing. If this card comes up maybe about someone you're dating, it could be that they're flirty. So it's about networking, parties, social events, dealing with the public. It can also literally be about your garden. So, but it is a lot of times linked to camaraderie and having fun. So the tower plus the garden could be a business meeting, or maybe the tower being alone, the garden being nature, or the tower puts distance between things. So it could be a garden that's distant. Nice. The mountain is about obstacles, delays, blocks, could also be an enemy. So it's a negative card, and it is a barrier, a challenge. Again, we talked about timing. This is an easy one to say, yeah, it's not going to happen anytime soon, right? Something's stuck. So, but you can also, everything can be turned into a positive, right? So it's about, keep climbing the mountain, keep going. It could literally be hiking. So the crossroad is about making an important decision. It can literally be the road, but in general, it's, where there's two paths to take. It could be there's two perspectives on something, making a choice. But again, it could be the road, and it could be literally driving, walking, taking a bike ride. But in general, the feeling could be divided, or knowing you have to make a decision. So if you came up with the mountain and the crossroad, it might be that you're having a really hard time deciding on something, or watch out, there's an enemy on your path, or literally hiking in the mountains. The mice are a negative card, and they are about stress, anxiety, theft. Think about mice. They take little Jason, they take little pieces of things, and they gnaw away. And when it comes to your house, it could also be a leak at the house, or some theft. Again, it's about stealing or getting stolen from. It's about overthinking things. It's about worry, anxiety, feeling nervous. But on the flip side, it can sometimes, mice are very productive, right? So if you came up with the fox, the mice, and the flowers, it may be that you're, productive at work and doing a great job. The heart, pretty straightforward. It's love, self-love, romance, relationship, giving and receiving love, empathy, self-care. It's also about falling in love, dating. So if you got the mice and the heart, that's could be problems in a relationship, or anxiety about love. Could also literally be stealing someone's heart. The ring is the card of commitment. It's also the card of contracts and cycles. So it can literally be a marriage commitment, a relationship commitment, an agreement. Could be, again, some type of proposal, a marriage proposal, a job offer. It could literally be a piece of jewelry. So you could sign a contract, make a promise, commit to something. So it's about security, commitment, and focus. The book has two major meanings. First one is knowledge, like most books, but then it's also secrets. So a lot of times when this card comes up in the reading, there may be something about the situation that you're not aware of, or someone's not aware of. So it's about knowledge, secrets, information, hidden knowledge. Students, media, it could be about going to school, teaching, reading, learning. And feelings would be informed, intelligent, mysterious, and educated. So if you got the ring in the book, you would maybe be committed to your studies or keeping a secret, or someone who's endlessly learning. The letter. The letter is communication, but it's usually written communication, and this includes electronic written communication, right? It's any news, emails, texts, any legal document, could be a traffic ticket, could be your bills, correspondence. So again, kind of straightforward there. The man could be any man in the reading. It could also be the divine masculine, and it could be a significant other, a boss, you know, any man that's in the querent's life. But it could also be just that masculine energy of authority, being assertive, a protector, you know, being paternal. So it's neutral. Yep. So if you got the letter in the man, you may say communication from a man, or information from an authority, or it could just be a text from a guy. The lady, again, this is a woman, any woman or woman in this querent's life, could be the divine feminine, or some of the more feminine energetic qualities like feeling maternal, supportive, nurtured. The lily, another one of those cards with dual meanings. The lily is about integrity, ethics, but it's also about maturity, and it's also the card of sex. So if you get the whip and the lily, that's hot sex. But it's also the card of satisfaction, mastery. I get this card a lot when someone from the other side is coming in to give a message to the querent, you know, or someone from the other side is around the querent. So I call it the mediumship card. But it is about integrity, maturity, all those kind of qualities. And it's a very peaceful card and a card of confidence. So if you got the lady and the lily, the maturity factor would say maybe it's an older woman, or a woman with a lot of integrity, or a peaceful woman. And we only have a few cards left. So, oh yeah, Lilydale. Lilydale, I love it. Yep. And sun. So sun is similar to tarot. It's the card of success, happiness, illumination, life force, your guiding light. Shine your light. It literally could be spending time in the sun, and it's about feeling happy, optimistic. It's a positive card. The moon is also a positive card, and it's about recognition, being in the spotlight, honor. It's about your dreams, your intuition. It's about fame, and it's, you know, if when you're doing the bigger spreads and you get into it, I told you there's the 36 card grand tableau. If the moon is above the significator card, there might be, you know, it could be illuminating something. So it could actually, again, it's also the card of romance in Lenormand. So it could be going on a date, admiration, you feeling dreamy, appreciated, feeling psychic and romantic, and it's positive. So if you got the sun, the moon, You could say that there's, your hopes and dreams are being illuminated, or you're successfully manifesting something, or you're in a happy, successful romance. The key is finding this. It is the solution. So again, just to touch on timing, this is the card of now. So if you asked about timing, it would be, okay, yeah, this is going to be happening in the very short term. You have the solution, you have the answer, you have the power, you have the missing piece of the puzzle. So it's about feeling empowered, informed, aware, and significant. The fish, again, a lot of meaning. Fish is about money and flow, abundance, prosperity. It's actually also one of the few cards associated with a sign, and it's the Pisces card. But it can also be about drinking. It can be about alcohol. It can be about the beach. It can come up with dating. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's that dating app, Plenty of Fish. So it's a positive card, and it's about feeling prosperous, blessed, rich, abundant, in the flow. Oops, backwards. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how I got all the way back there. Sorry. What I hit. Okay. So the key in the fish, you would maybe get the answer to a money matter, or it would be an investment that's significant for you, or just the power of money. Our second to last card here is the anchor. This is a positive card. It's about hope. The game of hope. In the game of hope, your goal was to get to the anchor. So it's about stability, being grounded, something that's long lasting. But you could feel maybe stuck in a rut, even though, you could feel secure, safe, coming into harbor. You could also feel stuck in a rut. And then the cross is actually a negative card in Lenormand, because its main meaning is about burden, struggle, pain, sorrow, really just feeling heavy-hearted. It can also be a card of chronic illness, feeling guilt. But I also like the flip side of it, which is it's spirituality card, be the card of religion, enlightenment. So if you got the anchor and the cross, you could say that this equates to long-term suffering, or you can reach enlightenment, or that your destiny is met. So we did it. We got through the deck. Yes. So we're going to do some more practice, and I guess we can chat in. Does anybody want to take a shot at this one? The ring and the mountain.
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, well, yes, go
Can
ahead,
I-
Jason, please.
I think it's a bad relationship where there's gonna be some struggle, like you got into something that you weren't ready for.
Great. Yeah, you got into it. You're committed to something that's full of, something that's hard to deal with. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's right, but it seems okay.
Yeah, that would make
Okay.
sense.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna mute myself again.
Right, you could also make it a commitment to overcoming a challenge. Marriage ups and downs, good
Or
one,
challenges
yes.
that, Brenda, what about challenges that never end?
Challenges that never end,
It's
yes,
a
that's it.
circle.
Yep,
Hey, Sharona. I see Sharona. Jump in, anybody, whenever you want.
she did, yeah, Sharona gave us a good one, marriage ups and down, that's a really good one.
Okay, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it's in the chat,
I
Dak.
see the marriage up and downs with Sharona, but I don't see Mary somehow. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, it was Sharona who said it.
Oh, Sharona. Okay.
Yep. Okay, how about the stork in the tree?
Hmm.
And feel free to look at your list.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we have a cheat sheet.
You have it, you're allowed to cheat.
Where did I put my cheat sheet?
You want me to put the link back in the chat?
And no, I got it, but
Okay.
I don't know if anybody didn't get the cheat sheet. We could put the link back in, and if you're listening to this in archive, if you're listening to the recording, of course, I'm going to have a link to the PDF right above or below this video.
Great. Oh yeah, okay. So as far as the stork in the tree, Shenli said new baby. Very good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Sharona said new member of the family tree. Yep. What else could this be?
That makes a lot of sense.
Can I talk for a second? I think
Yes.
that it's a little bit, that's just like very obvious. So I would say like it's bringing in something new that's, you know, part of your daily life, whatever it could be, like a daily routine or something.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, bringing in something new. And it could be, how about a transformation in your health?
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
along the same lines? How about you like putting down new roots, which could be
Yes.
like you've moved to a new city or a new house.
Perfect. Yep. That's exactly right. So you guys are getting it. Okay, here's another one.
Question: why does the clover look like marijuana?
This is because this is the hippie. This is the hippie deck.
The hippie deck. Come on, Jason.
This is the hippie deck. We played the game of hope with my friend Michelle teaches the game of hope, which is really fun actually. But we played it with the hippie deck and we had a lot of laughs, you know.
Brenda, you could have literally had, you know, any Lenny deck and you picked the perfect one for this group, let me tell you.
Oh, okay, good.
I think Sharona's secretly a hippie in New York City. I'm just saying.
A closet hippie's okay, right? An undercover hippie. So what about the ship and the clover?
I don't know.
Your fortune has come in, yes. Safe travels. Travels bring luck. Yes, perfect.
Lucky travels, interesting.
I'm just thinking.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about like the like shipments now for Christmas and all of the stuff with you know, like shipments. You finally got your Christmas present that you always wanted. Maybe.
That's perfect. Yes. So if somebody
I don't
asks, you know, my package is delayed, am I going to get it? Right? Yes, you're going to get it.
Amazon's on its way.
Right.
I literally got that this week, you know, what I've always wanted, you know, all these years. And yeah.
That's it. Okay.
I could have drew these cards this week. You never know.
You could have. Okay, so here's an example where we're gonna work backwards, right? So what two cards in Lenormand could represent the Four of Wands? And there's no, oh, and Charlotte said a new and generous way to earn money. Very good. Sharona said pot delivery. Yes, for this one.
Oh, that's a good one, Charlotte.
That one.
Oh,
Yes.
pot delivery. Yes. Well, we have so many dispensaries, right? It's like pot delivery. You don't even have to go down to the dispensary.
Exactly. Pot delivery. And the clover does mean it can mean, even though mine's a pot leaf, even in a traditional deck, it can signify pot. So okay. So back to this. So okay. So
I'm thinking of it.
You guys look at your list, and Four of Wands. Pick two cards to represent the Four of Wands. The tree and the bear. Okay. Those might be a little heavy for my taste, but okay. But yes, the bear is
I think, well,
and,
I think it's like a nurturer though, like the bear. Like,
yes, true.
I don't
Good
know.
point. Yeah. The bear is nurturing. The heart and the garden. That's a good one. Home and garden. The heart and the ring. Yep. Sharona said the heart and the ring, or the home and the garden. Yep. And there's no wrong answers. So all of those are correct. Okay, how about the Page of Pentacles?
I'm gonna say the clover, and I don't know why.
Okay. Oh, so you're just going with one card.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like right away, I thought of the
Yeah.
book card, but
Uh-huh.
now I'm trying to think what would go with the book card.
I don't know where my
That's
book
good.
card is. I didn't know where my book card is. It's gone. I don't know.
That's okay.
I can only think of the child in the book.
That's perfect. The child in the book. Yep, perfect. Oh yes, okay. The key in the book. Charlotte, can you give this newbie a short meaning of the tarot card you were asking about? Okay. Does anybody want to give Charlotte a good explanation of the Page of Pentacles?
Well, all the pages are about learning, and especially the Page of Pentacles. He's intently looking at that pentacle. Learning something new. So so anything, any of the cards in Lenormand that mean new combined with, say, book, for learning would be good.
I would say too, the Pentacles energy is very grounded and earthy, so maybe the tree in the book even.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shinley. Yep. Page of Coins, learning about finance, health, home, hearth.
And often the pages can mean a message coming, and so
yes.
any of the Lenny cards that talk about a message, you could have the ship, and what's one of the message cards? See, I'm drawing
the writer, the letter.
Yeah, the letter. Card. That would be good.
Yep. Good point. Oh yeah, but see, so she's got the clover in the book.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
This is easier than I thought, though.
Yeah. Well, that's, it's good to actually talk it through. So the High Priestess. So what does the High Priestess mean?
Mm,
tarot. She's about secrets, right?
mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
intuition.
and I remember you talked about those secret cards. See, that's the thing is,
The
I got to
mice.
memorize them first. Then I'd be
Maybe
able
the
to.
mice.
The mice.
Mice.
Okay. And she's
Oh,
got a moon. She's got the moon at her feet, right? So maybe the moon in a
I re-
book, or the stars
oh yeah.
in a book.
Oh yeah, star.
Oh yeah, see, Sharona also said the moon in the book. The moon and the woman, perfect. And
Mhm.
Shenli's got a nice definition here of the high priestess inner work. She stands between this realm and the liminal space. So this is a good way to practice, Dax, like, you know, the way you're talking it out, and Jason, the way you guys are talking it out. It's a nice way to practice and learn the Lenormands or the Lennies.
What I'm
So we
thinking
get
of,
a crossroad. Yeah, good.
it's different here, you know, on the actual Zoom meeting, but like if you were by yourself and you had all 36 cards laid out, and then you put down the high priestess, and you can scan, you'd probably be able to pick cards faster, you know, that would
That's a good point. Yeah.
combine, because it's more visual, you know, because like when I look at the cheat sheet at the meaning sheet, you know, and it's all written out, you know, I'm reading it and then I'm trying to remember, okay, wait, what did that card look like? And then
That's a good point. Yeah. I
it's
should
taking,
make one that's pictures.
yeah, it's taken me a little bit longer in my head, you know, than if I had the whole deck laid out. I remember us, you know, we just went through all the images. So I think meanings would pop faster if I was like looking at the whole deck spread out.
Yep.
Just a
That makes
suggestion
sense. There,
when you
no, I
practice.
like that. And there's a, I think it's either Learning Lenormand, or there is a website that has that.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
This is fun though.
yeah.
Can I think that the mice card actually kind of is more like the moon card in the tarot in a way, because it's about
Mhm.
a lot of secrets. I don't know. What do you think about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I mean, there's confusion and theft
Yeah.
and uncertainty, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yep. I like that. Okay. So let me see if this is the one, Dax. There's a 36 meetings. You can look at this one while we're chatting. I'm just gonna, oh yeah, here's for Dax. And anybody who wants the pictures, I'm gonna put this in the chat. Can't find my chat. Here it is.
That's what's great about this little introductory workshop we're doing, is you don't need to have a deck yet.
No, but you can see, like, Jason, it is helpful. You don't need a deck, but it definitely, you know, that helps
Sharona's
too.
got a deck. I can see Sharona's deck as well.
Oh yeah,
She's got a
Sharona.
deck.
Now what do you guys have? You can chat it if you don't want to speak. The what? The Gypsy Lenormand. Nice. And then Jason, what do you have?
I don't know. I have like it's like a
Oh, okay.
it's a really traditional one.
Right. Yeah, that's nice. Let me see. I'm just looking to see if I have it in here. Oh, if anybody wants to not make the leap, they have the Pixie Lenormand, which looks like this. We all know who Pixie is, right? So this looks like tarot cards.
Oh,
So here's the rider.
Oh yeah. So Pixie as in Pamela Smith.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So here's the mice on the cups. You can't really see them, but that's a good
pretty
deck.
neat though.
Yeah, it's good
Talk
if you're.
about combining tarot and
I
Lenormand.
know. Yeah, it's a nice deck. Okay, so I want you guys to look at this spread. Now you're going to look at 3 cards, and you can pick one of these themes: love, health, work, family, if you'd like. What message would you see?
Thinking.
Take your time. Oh, we got some chats. Let me see. Oh, Shenley doesn't have Lenormand. That's okay. And Mary's using the one, mine, the Rainbow Bridge. Awesome. And so we have Shenley, money secrets that transform a situation. Yeah, very good.
You don't know who the dad is.
Oh, good
It's
one.
a secret.
Wow. See, Dax, you are picking up on this. You don't know who the dad is. I love that one. I was in a class with Mary Greer, and I loved her. Her example question was, should she have the affair? I was like, oh, that's a good one. So maybe next spreads we'll do that one.
Cool.
in vitro pregnancy, right?
There you go.
Learning can provide many opportunities. Good one, Charlotte. Yes. And then Mary's got a job promotion. Yeah, you could, the bear, you could be becoming the boss, and everything's changing, and you've got the information to move up and gain power and transform.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
because I was thinking when you read Mary's about especially with the book, and I keep getting stuck on learning when I see book, and
Yeah,
I thought,
okay.
and so I thought training for the next level, job promotion, like
Yes.
getting the skills necessary.
Right, definitely. Totally. Learning, training for the next level. That's perfect.
And especially
Okay.
like if you had the fox in there.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, if you had the what was the one before fox? That the part-time job.
Oh, the child.
The child. Oh yeah, the child. So
Mhm.
if you substitute that in, then it's taking your part-time job to the next level where it becomes your full-time job.
Yes. Yep. And it's also that child is new beginnings. So you can incorporate that too. Anybody else want to try this one? Got another. So how about, let's think about that question for Mary Greer. Should she have the affair?
Mm.
Or how about, no, you know what will happen if she has the affair?
Right, that's what I was thinking anyway.
That's what it was. My apologies. What will happen if she has the affair? She's gonna have problems.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
There's going to be the mountain. There's going to be obstacles, and
Mhm.
it's going to confuse the family tree.
Well, yeah, you're right though, but maybe, it could cause some problems within the family, either her family or
Mhm.
or lover's family, right?
Right. Yeah. I was trying to figure out how to bring the tree in, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So we're looking at the clouds as like confusion, right? Confusion
Mhm.
within the family, and then the obstacle with the mountains, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could interpret it different ways. You could say it's not going to go anywhere.
Mhm.
You could say he's not going to leave his wife.
Maybe like his head is in the clouds, like he's just streaming and it's not a reality, perhaps.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know.
yeah. She's just a distraction for him.
That's a
Mhm.
good
Doesn't
one,
really mean
Jason.
anything. He's with his, you could say tree and mountain. He's rooted in his family, and she's just, taking his mind off of it. Right? Yeah, Sharona. Affair can impact your family. Then we have, right, Shenli, messy, illusion, lack of clarity, messing with her current family, and then a big block. So yeah. So you guys are getting it. Oh, look, see, here's 2 Lenormand cards and a tarot.
Oh yes, let me jump in for a second because I didn't know how long this was gonna this part was gonna go, because I eventually wanted to get to the point where I asked you about because you talked about using the Lenny cards in conjunction with using tarot cards too at the same time.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, how do you do that?
Well, here's the way. You can do it any way you'd like. But so in this one, we could say the garden is socializing. And then this, we could say it's causing anxiety about love. So you would still read it left to right. Let me see if I have an example here. Okay, so what about here? What is the message about work?
Hmm.
Low self-esteem from Mary. Maybe I don't. The moon is about recognition and honor, and the sun is about success. So I guess you
Oh, I
could.
didn't know that about the moon, the recognition and honor. I forgot about that part. And uh, the Seven of Pentacles is, reassessment a lot,
Right,
or it's harvesting. So that also fits with what you just said, Brenda.
right, right. And then so Shenli says being recognized for your hard work and being promoted. Right. Sharona says
Yeah.
don't doubt your work efforts, and maybe Mary, that's where that would come in.
Ah.
Here you're thinking you're not good enough, but you're actually being recognized for your hard work and awarded for it. So yeah. But Dax, I also have I'm gonna be coming out with these. These are not done yet, but they're charms, they're Lenormand charms. So I have 36 charms to represent. I'll show you one. But I find a big one. They're not that big. Like this is the garden. I don't know if you could really see it. But so I throw one of these onto a tarot card. So that's fun.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
of
you
course,
meant low self-esteem for the previous slide. Okay, sorry.
right,
Go ahead.
right. And of course, you can always do a traditional tarot spread, and like how Mary will pull like an oracle card or cards as some kind of added information or clarifier. You could do the same thing with the Lenormand cards, of course.
Yes. Yes, you can. Exactly. So you can add a lot of depth. I think that might be my last example. Let's see. Yes.
Congratulations, we made it through. Yeah.
You guys did a great job. So you can see, I mean, in 90 minutes, we don't have time to go deep. But I learned the grand tableau during the election. And let me tell you, that was some juicy stuff to be looking at.
Wow.
Yeah, really fun. And the grand tableau is every card, and you look at where, you pick a significator, like the lady would be me, and then you see where she falls out within those 36 cards. Like if she falls out on the bottom row, there may be a lot weighing on her, or a lot she feels she can't control, where if she comes out on the top row, she feels maybe more in control. And there's all sorts of things like that, where the clouds compared, where's the mountain compared to the lady, where's the tree for her health. So it's very interesting. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Mary. I'm glad. I hope you guys had a good time.
It would be great to have you come back and do a short one where you just do an example, full grand
Yes.
tableau, lay it out, and some kind of example where we could see that in action.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do that, and if you don't want to, you got to get acclimated to the cards and how they work. And so absolutely. But you can see, I think, how easy it can be to learn, right?
Right. Yeah. I think it's just a little practice, especially, I think, where some people may actually feel as a tarot reader that it kind of holds them back. I see it the other way around, where you're already used to reading cards and doing interpretations, seeing meanings in the imagery. And so I think it would be actually easier if you're already acclimated to some kind of deck system, whether it's tarot or oracle, and then going to Lenormand.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, it's also, I had a friend who couldn't do any psychic work for years. She would take classes, and without cards, she never learned tarot. I mean, tarot can be intimidating. You guys know that. And someone gifted her a set of Lenormand cards, and I mean, she was so good like that. So
Bye, Mary. Mary's got to run.
Bye, Mary. Thank you. They're great for if you know tarot, or if you don't know any systems. And like I said, she would, just try and use her intuition, and she always was blocked, but she's a wizard with the Lenormand cards. So
See, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. What's the difference again between the petite and the grand tableau?
The grand tableau is every card. So that's 36 cards. And then there's petite, which could be 9-card box spreads and stuff like that. So, but this is the petite Lenormand is the version that we all use. It's 36 cards. So I know there's there's a 54 card version. I don't know that one at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for doing this for us, and we look forward to doing it again, or even having you just join in some panel discussions or Q&As in general ones. And
let's figure something out so we can practice. Practice is what makes makes you really pick it up. So everybody, you can start with 2 cards a day. If you go on my website, like I said, I have a spread generator if you want to see that, so that you don't even need a deck. I'll just show you really quick. There's some other, thank you, Sharona. There's some other websites too where you can, just like there's tarot sites where you can pull a spread.
And thanks to everybody for being here, Jason and Sharona and Charlotte. And oh my gosh, who else was here? Mary was here. Made it fun.
I'll just put this link in the chat for you. You do your own readings with this.
Oh, and Chenlei was here. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody did a great job. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming, and let's work something out so we can do it again.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, our first one went really well. So let's, we're going to stop the recording now for everybody, and you'll find all the links either above or below the video if you're listening to this as a recording. Thanks, everybody.